Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Chef Perry.
Yeah. And, of course, this is a day in the life, but it is Chef Perry's turn to be front and center stage today. Since I alternate between him and the werewolf Herodis Half-Elven and Ella Stone, the Minuteman survivor.
Indeed.
So it is Chef Perry's turn today, and when we last left Chef Perry, well, we had come back to the original Red Rocket settlement that Chef Perry founded at Natick Banks. And we had to do some work here, because, you know, the settlement has grown in Chef Perry's absence, and there are people here to make chef's hats for, and...
I'd like to trade some items.
Wow, look at that, I just jumped right over
Teleported
him.
right over him.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, there.
The game doesn't handle stairs well.
No. Hey, I should grab that razor grain from him too, because I need to plant some more crops too. Now, there are 3 other new settlers.
If we want things to get better, we've got to start helping each other.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Just wanted to trade a few things.
Just give me 20 shotgun shells. Okay.
Thanks for the shotgun shells.
Yeah. Here. Yeah, we gotta be in uniform, you know. Now, here's another one. Oh, there's another one there, too.
Never changes.
Can we trade a few things?
Go ahead.
Okay. Oop, I'm hung up on the...
What would win in a fight? A rad scorpion or a Yautja?
I just want to trade a few things.
Oh, yeah, we did have one more. Oh, I got some patrolman sunglasses here, too, so we'll give them to this guy. There. Okay. Oh, I gotta make one more chef's hat. I guess, not everybody is in uniform here.
Yeah, and you ran out of chef's hats.
And I ran out of chef's hats, and this guy is hanging around on the stairs. Get out of the way! Get out of the way. Oh.
See, Bethesda, you need to make it so that you can push people in the next one.
Yeah.
Go back to the Oblivion way of doing things. It was better.
Okay, we got enough adhesive to make one more hat, so there we go. We can make one more hat. Yeah, you know what? Or just, you know, at least with friendly NPCs, just eliminate the collision, right? You know, do something so that I can at least climb a flight of stairs in my own settlement, right?
Well, I don't think that unfriendly NPCs could actually really be pushed around in Oblivion anyways.
I just want to trade a few things.
Sure.
Yeah, they figured it out, right?
And then they somehow unfigured it out.
Yeah.
They went through a process of unlearning.
Yes. Anyway, we'll have a look here now, and we'll see. Okay, so we got 12 people, and we got 13 food, so I need to, because we just had a little burst of production here, so we can you know, collect some crops that were, well, some crop items. Anyway, we'll grab those carrots, I guess.
Plant the carrots that nobody eats while everybody eats all the potatoes.
Yeah, but you see, I can use the carrots to make drugs, so that's okay. I think there's a little corner over here yet where I can plant some more stuff. Not much room left in this nice little square plot. Pretty much filled it all up. But I guess we'll start here, maybe. We'll see if we can shoehorn a few more...
Carrots in.
Yeah, we'll see if we can shoehorn a few carrots in here. Okay, that's 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. And I think... Nope, there's no room here because there's like a melon plant planted there. Those melons and gourds, they take up a lot of room, eh? Okay, so we got 18 food now, and I think I've got some unemployed settlers going on here too. So we'll have to come up here and have a look at the computer and see just...
So, do you think that food is distributed in settlements through the market, or do you think it's all bread lines?
I never really thought about it, to tell you the truth. It just works. Okay, so we got 5 unemployed settlers and no jobs available. Okay. So I guess we need to find something to do for 5 settlers, but I think what I'm going to do first here is I need to build some more housing. And it's a bit awkward because I don't have any concrete. So I'm going to have to 3, 4, 5. We'll do it this way maybe. Okay, and I need something that I can snap. Yeah, fences, junk fences. Okay, so I just need add junk fence. There. I put that down a little more, yeah. Because we're going to use the junk fence as a guide to put in one of these things. Oh shit, I can only make 2 because I only got 2 steel.
Yep.
Anyway, okay, we'll put that down there. Right? And then we'll store that for the time being.
There's your 2.
There's my 2. I need some more steel. Do I have anything in here at all?
Maybe?
Oh. Here comes some more production. What do we got here? Wood.
All the wood.
All the wood. And a 12 ball. Well, that's not very helpful. We really needed steel. We'll have to just search through here manually, I guess. See if we can find anything at all made out of steel.
It's always possible you have some in here.
Don't see anything yet. Oh, desk fan. That's 2 steel. That's enough for 1 more floor piece.
Yeah, I think they're 3 each.
Yeah. Handcuffs.
That's 2 more. That's 4 more.
Yeah.
That's 1 more floor piece.
Boy, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
Yeah, how do you make a floor piece out of handcuffs?
I don't know. It's the same way that you can make a section of shack wall out of, like, you know, a broom and 4 tin cans, right?
And some children's blocks?
Yeah.
See, what it really is everybody in the fucking post-apocalypse is batshit crazy, and all of these buildings that you see are just illusions of their psychotic minds, and they're actually sleeping in the cold, wet dirt everywhere.
Yeah, but all of the, you know, super mutants and raiders and so on. Oh, look, there's some steel. All the super mutants and raiders and so on that attack also seem to see the same walls and fences and things.
They're just
right?
as psychotic. Especially the super mutants. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll grab that wood too. Okay, so I managed to you know, like, scrounge a little bit more steel out of the container there, the bin. So we'll see if we can finish building our little bunkhouse here. Well, okay. Need more wood now. Takes a lot of wood to build one of these stupid things. Okay.
I just want to find some.
This is a bit tedious. They shouldn't have put that limit on junk items in settlements, right? Then you wouldn't have to do this kind of nonsense. You know, like with your scavengers.
Yep.
They should have just given you like an unlimited amount of junk items, and the scavengers just keep collecting it, right? Because for all intents and purposes, you can put an unlimited amount of junk items into your workbench anyway. So what does it matter if the settlers continue to collect it?
Honestly, man, it was probably a lazy fucking programming shortcut at the time. It probably has nothing to do with game balance at all. It was probably just some guy had to make a deadline, and he just did what he had to do to make it work at the time, and then maybe they even changed the mechanic down the road. You never know.
Well, anyway, I think that's a dumb limitation, and it shouldn't be in the game.
Yeah, probably. There's probably no good reason for it to be in the game.
Okay, well, I've scrounged all the wood that I can manage to get. I'm going to have to go back to Diamond City and do some shopping or something, I guess. To buy some shipments of wood and stuff like that.
Indeed. But it's like I told you, right? Because, you know, because I some of our audience might already know that I'm like a programmer in real life. And some of the code that you see out there in the wild is just, you know, fuck it till it works, right? Somebody had to get something done, and they slapped something together and pushed it out there.
Yep, I am out of wood.
Everything is just perfect.
Okay, well, we're going to have to leave that wall open, wide open for a while. But I guess we could probably get some more guards going anyway.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
Maybe we'll just put the guard posts right here on the pavement right behind the building first, because I was going to put them on top of the building, right? But maybe we'll just put them... Wow, I can barely even build 5 guard rugs. You see that? Man.
You're running out of resources.
Well, Chef Perry has got local leader now, so I do have the ability to connect settlements. And I think that that's something that today we're going to need to work on, is getting some settlements connected, because I think I've only got like 2 settlements or something right now, right? I've got Red Rocket Boston, and there's nobody living at that Red Rocket Express over there. And Natick Banks, and that's it. So maybe we'll have to see if we can found some settlements here. Because this is pretty crazy. Trying to scrounge everything and make everything just work.
Don't know if this prank thing works.
Okay, well, anyway, we'll go up to the computer and we'll assign our settlers to the guard posts. Oh, there's our thing going again. What did we make? Oh, that was too late to see it. Something was going through the sorter.
I couldn't tell you what. I didn't take a look.
Yeah. Okay. We'll assign 5 to defense, and then we'll go to vocational overview.
And assign 3.
And we'll assign 2 to defense, and then we'll go to find jobs, and we'll assign 1 to defense.
They should really just have assign 3 and assign 1.
Yeah, really, eh? Oh, well, you know, what can you do?
Yeah, I wonder what kind of bug that is, if, you know, you can only assign odd numbers. Except you tried to assign 5, and that didn't work either.
Yeah. I have no idea how it works or why.
But, well, in a good way.
Yeah, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna drop off the rest of this junk in the storage bin here. And then we'll be on our way. What time is it anyway? Oh, okay. Maybe we won't be on our way just yet, because we don't want to be wandering around in the middle of the night with vampires attacking us and things like that. Okay. So the settlement's starting to shape up, but I've only been able to do things with it a little bit at a time because materials are so hard to come by, and they've basically just been generated by settlers with scavenging assignments.
Yeah, and it looks like they're the ones sending stuff down the conveyor here.
That's right. Every 24 hours, each settler with a scavenging bench produces 1 or 2 junk items, right? So I don't have very many scavengers because simply there aren't very many settlers here, right? But anyway,
what's coming down the belt there?
Hey, I don't see anything.
We miss it?
Yeah, well, there's a pool ball still stuck on the belt there, like just spinning. We'll drop in here and we'll have a nice 11-hour sleep. And then I guess we'll have to head back toward Diamond City and see about doing some shopping. What do I have to eat here? How about some tasty mutt chops? Yeah. Okay. So I guess we've done the best that we can for now. Just checking to see if that had respawned all the items that it does every now and then. Maybe it finally gets exhausted of, you know, all of the items, you know, like Bedford Station. Although, as far as I know, Bedford Station, you never run out of items, right? Every time you pass by there, it's restocked.
Yep.
Okay, well, so far it's been a peaceful trip.
Chef Perry goes out for a jog.
Yeah. You know, is it my imagination, or do the female characters seem to be able to run faster than this guy?
Maybe.
Because he just feels like he's going so slow.
You know what? It might be a thing, man.
Oh, that's Gene. We don't want to shoot Gene. We might want to buy a dog from him someday, but I can't really afford to do that right now.
I guess you could figure out how fast you're going by judging how fast the background goes into the foreground using your peripherals.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to tell, especially because you can't see them, you know, like side by side for comparison's sake.
Then again, though, maybe you're also very used to unlimited sprint.
True.
Or maybe there's another factor that affects character speed. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe because Chef Perry's a bit soft and around the middle and stuff like that, he can't run as well as
maybe
a fitter character could. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with your specials too, right? Because you know, his endurance is kind of buffed up now, but you know, or maybe not. I really don't know. Oh, now we gotta have a drink of water. Have any water with me? I never even thought to check. Yeah, okay. I'm doing alright. Oh, speaking of water.
Please. I'm so thirsty. Could you spare any water?
Sure.
Of course. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
You drink water?
Thank you.
Yeah, fuck.
Right? Like that guy in...
Yep.
in
Farnham?
yeah, Farnham. Yep. Yeah, you drink water? Okay, we're going to take a quick wander over this way, too.
Ah, his drunken rants were so good. And they
Yeah.
never made any sense.
No. But you never talk to him.
That's because I never talked to anybody.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll have a Farnham series. We'll just, you know, talk to Farnham a whole bunch.
Okay, this is something called the Brotherhood of Gold Bunker. Right? And we apparently
Won't be
have
able
to...
pick this.
Damn it, I can't pick the lock. Why not?
Lockpick skill too low?
My lockpick skill is non-existent.
Extraordinarily too low.
Yeah, I have no lockpicking skill whatsoever. Okay, well, I can't go in there.
Couple episodes in the future, maybe.
A couple of episodes in the future, maybe, yeah.
The disappointment sets in.
What? I heard somebody talking. What is this?
I think there was a raider over there or something.
Oh no, it's Art and Art again.
Someone,
Oh.
please. Help! This thing is gonna kill me! Please!
Yeah?
You gotta help me! This guy's a synth, and he's gonna kill me and replace me and my family. Oh God. My kids. Don't you dare bring them up. He's the synth, and he wants to replace me! Please! Please, you gotta believe me! You can't let that thing do this!
I don't think I'm very,
Hey, I'm on your side. I just need you to tell me the truth. Then maybe I can help.
I'm telling you, I'm not a synth. You have to believe me.
Oh.
This is none of my business.
No. You can't. He's gonna kill me.
Boom!
Well, let's see. Let's see what you got. Hey, look at that. There's a synth component, so... Yeah. Looks like,
Commonwealth justice was served.
Yep. Synth Art got what was coming to him. Oh, look at this. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Looks like I've been in here before, though. Just didn't check that cooler, I guess. What's going on here? Uh-oh.
Well, apparently there's a long-standing bug that makes third-person movement move slower than first-person movement, almost by half speed.
Yeah.
Which had a mod that was released for it that fixed it in December of 2017.
Wow, that was a while ago. Yeah, because I did notice that. Like, if you pretty much have to go in first person if you want to, you know, like move faster, right? Especially sneaking. Okay, well, there was a feral ghoul. Where there's one, there's usually a lot of them, right?
Yeah, apparently you literally travel slower when in third person. And apparently there's a whole list of bugs related to third person.
Is that it? I guess that maybe that was it. There are no more, but we can pick up all this stuff. Look at all this. Wooden blocks and teddy bears and toy trucks. We can make all kinds of good stuff out of that. Oh, there's another one down there. There's one there too. So this is part of a mod that's kind of a weird thing. It's like about two or three dungeons that are done in the same mod that are sort of loosely interconnected by a little bit of lore. But that one there, for some reason, it must not have been completed because you interact with the door and nothing happens, right? There's no interior. Ooh my. Interior cell connected to it, right?
I see Bethesda's having a good time today.
Yeah, you know, that texture loading thing, right? Looks like it's all over the place in there, so we'll have to pause for a moment while we restart the game.
Alright. And we're back.
Yes.
And I found a perfect mod for you.
Did you?
Immersive movement speed. Slower player movement. Reduces player movement speed by about 30%.
Yikes. No. Okay, I'm gonna give that a wide berth.
Also good for people with motion sickness, apparently.
Yeah. So I just discovered Dr. Nix, but I'm not going to go in there because I'm already doing that with another playthrough.
And it's a good way to die.
Well, it's also a good way to die, but, you know, even so. Oh, okay. I've got 3 ranks of sneak, so I won't trigger the mine. I could probably go over there and get the mine.
Institute want to replace me?
I don't know. Because there's no logic. Right? There, I'll take the plasma mine.
Yeah, because they don't have a plan.
Yeah, they don't have a plan. They're just randomly replacing people just for the hell of it.
They call it an excuse, and it's their excuse to be science, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, here we go. We're nearly at Diamond City. And we'll see what we can buy. We're desperately in need of wood and steel, right?
You should get inside the city.
Well, there's a bit of wood and rubber.
Everything outside the wall ain't safe. That's just how it is.
Let's go over and check on our little settlement here at the Boston Red Rocket. It looks pretty basic. Yeah, there's Sheffield. He doesn't have a chef's hat though, because I don't have a alchemy or a chemistry workbench here. Wonder if I can build one. See if I can build a chemistry workbench. Yes, I can. Okay, well, we'll build the little one. Alright.
The one that looks more like a moonshine still.
Yeah. Hey, there, now we can make a chef's hat for Sheffield.
So what chemicals do you pour into that thing to make a chef's hat pop out?
Cloth and adhesive.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
Yeah.
I just want to trade a few things.
Okay. There.
I gave up alcohol.
That's better.
After settling down here. Doctor said I shot my liver.
Although I'm going to go through an awful lot of adhesive if I have to make a chef's hat for every single settler. That could be like literally hundreds of settlers by the time this playthrough goes on long enough. Okay, well, let's go into town and see about buying some supplies. maybe we'll pause briefly while we wait for the load screen.
All right.
Okay, we're back. And just as an aside, I have been hoping to find a legendary rolling pin.
A legendary rolling pin.
Well, yeah, because Chef Perry, right?
Of course.
But I haven't
Hope you
found
ran
one
into
yet.
trouble getting here. That bridge across the river? Super mutants use it as an ambush point.
Yeah. Hey, I wonder if we can get...
You're 200 years old?
Hey there.
You there? Your age, huh?
You need a genuine, authentic, custom-made hickory sweater.
Yeah. Damn it.
Let's see what you have.
Baseball history. Right here.
See, it can't tell the difference between a baseball bat and a shotgun. Right? If you have... Apparently the baseball bat is the only vanilla item in the game that has that knockback effect on it.
Yep.
And if you're carrying any other item, right, that has that knockback effect, well, he thinks it's the baseball bat, and then you can't get the job from him.
Protection from Commonwealth weaponry.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Every piece in here is worth what I charge for it. No arguments.
Yeah, okay.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Here's what we got.
See, that's probably a instance of shitty programming.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, well, it does seem like just a little bit of a shortcut, right? Okay, well, we'll grab those while we're buying stuff. Hmm. Yep. Wow, look how cheap concrete is. Well, it's not that cheap. Pretty expensive. Wow. Myrna's screwing me, I think.
You just said it was cheap.
Oh, well. No, normally concrete is pretty cheap to buy shipments of, but wow. I guess she doesn't like the look of me or something. So, let's see here. Shipment of steel, 713, and a shipment of wood. Wowee. Okay, well.
You badly need both, though.
Yeah, I do. Let's see if I've got anything I can sell back to her here. I could sell some cigarettes back to her. So I'm not completely broke.
So you just walk into the realtor and you're like, yeah, I want to buy this house or apartment or whatever. And you're like, but I'll pay you in cigarettes.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
Well, fuck, with how expensive cigarettes are up here, you really could do it.
Yep, that's right. Oh, I can sell these subway tokens too. Okay, I guess that will do for now. There, okay. Alright, well, we did a little bit of shopping. We're good to go now.
What's with you vault dwellers in those jumpsuits, huh?
Oh yes, this is part of the Thuggy Smurf mod too, right? It's a related one called Hookers of the Commonwealth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you can actually hire them, and when you do, well, the screen goes black and you hear some nice lore-friendly noises. And then when the screen comes back again, you find yourself in room number 2 in the dugout inn, right?
Oh, fuck.
So that's pretty funny.
You look like you need a prescription filled. Something to settle your nerves, let you chill.
Well, how
Looking for
about
a
some
job,
work?
If you got one.
Yeah, I got something. Looking for a mutated fern if you find any. I hear some grows out near Forest Grove Marsh.
We need to raise some cash, so we need to get some jobs.
Do some work.
Mutated fern. Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay, what else have we got in here that we could do? Oh yeah, I didn't want to get too much involved in all of the little side quests in here because I haven't even been to Sanctuary Hills yet.
But you're broke.
But I'm broke, so...
Although you could probably at least finish your wall.
Yep. Well, I guess we'll head back in that general direction and see if we can do that. So I guess we'll pause while we go back out into the world.
Indeed. And we're back.
After a long, long time.
Yeah, that was a long one. That was longer than the one coming in.
Yep. The camera had started to pan around in a circle by the time we came back, finally.
Can't believe I'm posted outside the wall. Who the heck did I piss off?
So before we head back, though, I think we'll stop in here and we'll see if there's any good bounties on the notice board for the Fens Sheriff's Department here. Oh, we haven't been here before either. We'll check out this. Yeah, see, there's some good stuff in there. I didn't see any doggy carcasses either, so maybe they got randomly cleaned up, though. They don't seem to be around now. We'll grab that stuff.
Here the different raider groups are carving up Concord like Christmas turkey.
Yeah, and we'll head on up the ramp here. And they just very, most considerately left a bunch of stuff laying around that I can just pick up. Ooh, antibiotics, that's good stuff.
And all those missiles that you just love and want to carry around with you.
Except that I can't. I can barely carry all these. Look at all the fusion cores, wow. Uh-oh, there, I just reached the limit. Oh, there, we got some vodka melon. That'll fix it up. It may lower your intelligence by 3, but it will increase your strength by 3, too. More shotgun shells. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff here. More missiles.
Single barrel missile launcher build, man.
Yep. I'm just going to grab the ammunition here. I'm not even going to bother with all this other stuff. Okay. Raider bounty. Reward for Sunny Sod at Drug Den. Okay, that's on the other side of Bunker Hill. Reward for 404 at Sandy Cove's Convalescent Home. But that's way up in, what do you call it there? Salem. Super Mutant Bounty. Reward for Francis at West Roxbury Station. Okay, that sounds like kind of a rough spot. Gunner Bounty. Reward for Ace at Vault 95. Ghoul Infestation. Reward for Slowy McSlowface at Kitteridge Pass. That's in Far Harbor. Okay, so there aren't really any bounties that I would want to take on right now because I'll probably, get killed and die and stuff, right? So... So maybe what we'll do is we do have a side quest here to clear the feral ghouls from Mass Pike Tunnel. So maybe we'll do that. Just to try and raise some money here and be able to continue to buy stuff. And I need to drop some stuff off here first. There is all my... They're out here. I don't think I'm carrying around any armor that needs to be... Yeah. Okay, we need to get rid of some of this ammunition that we're not using, though. This, those, and those, and those. And a whole bunch of those, too. Okay.
Well, I guess 100 is still plenty.
Well, when you're shooting a double-barreled shotgun, it takes you quite a long time to go through 100 shotgun shells, actually. Okay, so we're just going to go back up here now, and we're going to grab our shipments. Oh, except that I went and... They're not shipments anymore, right? That was dumb. Why did I do that? Okay, well, I'll come back and pick them up after we go through,
What it was wood and steel, basically.
Yeah, basically wood and steel. But
100 steel and 250 wood.
The shipments don't weigh anything, right?
And the wood weighs a decent amount.
Yeah, exactly. So that wasn't very smart. I shouldn't have done that, but oh well. Yeah, I don't have any hacking skill either. I guess I was focusing more on, you know, skills that would keep me alive kind of thing.
Yep.
Because I started off in an extremely isolated and harsh...
Yeah, well, you started with the way out in the glowing sea, right?
I started off in the way out in the middle of the glowing sea, and for people who haven't been following the adventures of Chef Perry, well, I spawned here in the crater of Adam because Chef Perry, of course, was a Institute scientist who was more interested in the culinary arts than, you know, making monsters to unleash on mankind, right?
Of course, of course.
And so, of course, he was ridiculed and looked down upon by his peers, and he finally got tired of all the abuse and the isolation and decided he would teleport himself to the surface. And, you know, the only other problem, of course, is that, you know, Chef Perry, in addition to liking cooking and that kind of thing, also likes his booze. So he kind of screwed things up a little bit and accidentally teleported himself into the middle of the glowing sea. Oh, okay, that was not a very good throw.
Yep.
Okay, let's try this way.
Try it in first person.
Oh no, it worked. Look at that, see? It's open. Okay. Oops. Okay.
Gun bash.
I've got the inappropriate gun for this. How about the Furious Board? Okay.
Yeah, what the hell, it works.
Yeah.
First time ever using a board?
Well, it's not a weapon that I would typically choose. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, you crit with that board.
Hey, why not? Need to kill that guy dead, right?
Put in all that hard work and Chef Perry's gonna look like the guys with six-packs on the beer commercials.
Yeah, why is it that the guys with six-packs are in beer commercials anyway? You wouldn't think that, you know.
Yeah, you'd think they'd have a big giant-ass one-pack.
Yeah.
Reminds me of an image where I saw where a guy who had a big giant-ass one-pack had a beer resting on top of it.
He carries around his own coffee table.
Yep.
Okay, there's another one around here somewhere. Just can't find it. Oh, somebody shot it, I'll bet you. Yeah, okay. It must have gotten out here and went after Cricket's caravan guard there. I should reinstall that mod someday.
Yeah, because the fancy jackets really suited him, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, there's I think DLS, something like that. Cricket, and also another one that does Trash Can Carla, and another one that does a makeover of Doc Weathers. And it makes them look, like much more, well, just more, right?
Yeah.
Like Cricket gets a makeover and has that, like really long ponytail hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
And her guards are wearing matching, like, leather jackets with spiked pauldrons and elbow guards.
Won't be able to pick this.
And I can't pick that lock either. And with a logo on the back that says Lucky Crickets kind of thing, like it's... And Trash Can Carla looks like an old war veteran kind of thing with scars all over her face, and she's got 2 bodyguards, and they're all dressed in like custom combat armor and stuff like that. They actually look really good, although they are a little bit of a... Like, whenever you enter an area near them, they cause a little bit of frame stutter.
Yeah, just because it's got to load the super high-quality textures.
Yeah. That being said, though, they were very good-looking mods, right? And Doc Weathers, the same thing. Doc Weathers, for the ladies out there, becomes a very hunky-looking guy with a nice hairstyle and, that... 3 days growth whiskers that some movie star types affect.
Oh yeah. And
of course he's got a couple of like his guards are a couple of pretty nurses in really colorful, nice sexy nurse uniforms.
Of course.
Yeah. Apparently the very first mod that the author of those 3 made was for Lucas, but unfortunately that one didn't work the same way. It wasn't like the 3 that I just described are all standalone. They have all the resources that they need in order to work all by themselves.
Yep.
Whereas the first one that upgrades Lucas and his guards has a bunch of dependencies that, I don't remember what they were now, but I never installed that mod, mainly because I didn't want to have to install 2 or 3 other mods just so I could run that one.
Yep.
And actually, if anything, that's one thing that will kind of turn me off of
a mod is a lot of dependencies.
Is if there's a lot of dependencies. I want it to be standalone, have all of its own resources.
Simple to put together, simple to troubleshoot.
Yeah, exactly. Because you start having to install multiple mods just in order to be able to make one mod that you want work.
And in good luck finding mod conflicts.
Yeah, exactly. One of the dependencies could be causing problems. And if you install that many different mods all at the same time, that can cause problems too, right? So for that reason, I just tend to avoid those. Unless, I'll make an exception if the dependencies are mods that I already have. Okay, we don't want that food. We do want this, though. Yeah. And, so if I already have some of the mods in my load order that are dependencies for another mod, well, then I don't mind that so much. But for the most part, I just don't like that. I don't like that idea of having to...
There we go.
Well, it's something I don't like either, and I don't like it in software development as much as I don't like it in game. It's really hard to get away from.
Yeah. Okay, well, we just broke into the underground tunnel here this way with that little trick that I used on the door out there, the barred door with the grenade to blow the door open. But now we're going to go back out and we're going to go back in the proper entryway here, I think. Let's see here. Okay, we got more smokes. Oh, we got lots more smokes. Look at that. Yes, from the smoking mod, I collect the smokes, and it's not just because, you know, like I want to smoke the smokes, it's because I can sell them now, right? They're a saleable item.
Yeah, you have 166 there already.
Yep, that's right. That was a fairly large,
haul?
Yeah.
Would you call it a haul of smokes?
A haul of smokes, yep. Okay, well, we're going to have to be careful about what we pick up, but anyway. Oh, I guess I could have a drink of water here.
So the thief is dragging his large sack through the dungeon, and he opens it up, and it's nothing but cigarettes.
Okay. So, I guess we'll pause briefly while we go back outside.
All right. And we're back.
Yes. That was not quite as long of a load time as the last one, but it was still long enough. So anyway, we're going to just wander back out this way, and we'll head toward the east entrance to the tunnel. We'll pass by the Diamond City subway line.
To pull in with all the grenades.
Oh yeah, the grenade story. Yeah.
Yep.
Oops, I missed.
Yeah, you missed.
Yeah.
You just missed. That was totally on you.
Yeah. There. Guy shooting me with his 10mm pistol. Well, we'll maybe have a I thought I had some Nuka-Cola cherry here or something, but apparently not.
Did you put it in your workbench by accident?
Maybe I put it in my workbench by accident. Oh well, that's fine. We'll drink this. It'll work the same. And we'll loot the ghouls. We'll grab the Brahmin skull. We'll grab the booze. You never know what a ghoul's going to have on it, right? Could be anything from a toothbrush to a gold watch. You just don't know what you're going to get. Coca-Cola Quantums. Okay, we'll skip that. Take the duct tape. Keep the other stuff. Take the drugs. Maybe they're kind of like birds or something, right? They collect shiny things.
Possibly.
Know? Well, we seem to be picking up a lot of 38 ammunition, so maybe it's time to switch to this. Wow, we got almost 500 rounds. Oh my. Wonder how that happened.
I have no idea. Bethesda, man. It's Bethesda.
How does that ghoul's upper body fit in that door completely shut?
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more surprised it wasn't flapping around like crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, death by ghoul carcass, right?
Yeah, it could happen, man. Could absolutely happen.
Well, let's see if there's... Oh, look there. Yes, we have Silence Tantrum.
A favorite of the audience.
Yeah. What can I say? You know what? It was completely by accident, but I think I created one of the most powerful, you know, like low to mid-tier weapons in the game with this thing.
With your Silent Tantrum?
Yeah. Because, of course, this is a weapon that I made and placed in the world, right? And it has the same legendary as the those two handmade rifles from Nuka World, right?
Mm-hmm.
Problem Solver, I think one of them's called, or something like that.
Yep.
And it also has bleed damage, so, you know, like it rapidly increases damage with each shot that you fire.
And it's an automatic weapon.
And it's because it's an automatic weapon, you can fire rapidly and hit rapidly, right? I think that's what makes those handmade rifles from Nuka World, you know, pretty strong weapons too, right? With that Furious, because normally the Furious legendary comes with on a melee weapon of some sort, right? For example, this board, right? So each time you hit with the board in combat, well, then the next time you hit, it does a little bit more damage, right?
Yep.
Except that the attack rate with the board is actually, you know, pretty small, whereas the attack rate with a fully automatic 38 pipe rifle is actually fairly fast. Can't see him there. There, I think I can see him now. Yeah. But you'll see how his health melts away after I shot him a few times.
Yep.
And that's from the bleed damage, right? Because I learned how to make combination legendaries, right? So that you could have legendaries that do more than one thing. Of course, these guys are pretty wimpy anyway. Like, I can more or less outright kill them, right? You know? We'll collect the aluminum cans because aluminum is valuable and hard to come by. I wonder if I'm going to run out of room to pick stuff up here pretty soon. Oh, okay, there's another one there laying in the water. Tricky, you almost can't see them until you're right on top of them, right? But anyway, I did this with the pipe gun tantrum because I was thinking to myself way back when, first of all, it would be nice to have a late game weapon that still shoots 38 caliber ammunition, since you're continue to constantly find large amounts of 38 caliber ammunition even late in the game.
Yep.
And also, it would be really cool to have a really powerful pipe gun. And of course, this gun does start to, it does have some limitations. Particularly, if you're up against really tough enemies like super mutants and the like, right? Okay. Oh, there's another one over there somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you're up against really tough enemies like super mutants and things like that, well then, this gun eventually does have its limitations. You need to go to something, that packs a little bit more punch per shot then, like a 44 revolver or something like that, right?
Well, if you wanted to make it a more powerful thing, you could always make a mod to double your ammo capacity and double the fire rate.
Yeah. I just got a nocturnal boxing glove and a powered painted metal right arm. But no, alas, no rolling pin. I might have to put, like, Chef Perry's rolling pin into the world or something. Like, just make it myself. If I can't find one.
Just for lore reasons?
Just because it would be fun, right? I could make a combination one, like, that has both stagger and knockback or something.
Ah.
Yeah, this weapon is far more suitable for close range fighting too than, like a little while earlier when I had my scoped Institute rifle out there and I'm trying to shoot mole rats at point blank range with it, right?
As one does.
Yeah, well, as one tries to avoid doing, because it's not really made for that, right? Which is why I was hip firing and basically just pulling the trigger as fast as I could, because I just got caught by surprise there a little bit and didn't have a chance to change weapons, or I didn't think it through very well and didn't have the right weapon equipped when I first got started there. But anyway, I also have a 4x scope on this, so I can still attack targets from a fair distance away. Oh, now he's going to run toward me. Personally, if I were being attacked by somebody doing what I was just doing, I think I would probably, like hide behind that sandbag wall there and try sniping down the hallway. It just seems like it's poor tactics to, like get out in the open and go running toward the person that just shot you. Okay, well. We'll take the can. Feral ghoul dead there. Oh, look, there's some more mines. I can go back this way and collect mines. It was funny, earlier today I was playing Skyrim with a side play character, just experimenting, because I have my own port of the original Lost Grimoire magic overhaul.
Yep.
From Oldrim for my SSE. And it has a spell in there that allows you to conjure claws almost kind of like Wolverine's claws on your hands. And so I was trying that out, and I came sneaking up behind this NPC, and I was gonna, you know, like punch him in the back with my clawed fists. And it turns out that you have to be really, really close before you can actually hit them with your fists.
And you were just missing?
Well, no, what I did was I snuck up behind him and I went and decided I was going to do like a big surprise power attack. And I did this wonderful power uppercut, and it didn't, and it completely missed him.
Fuck.
Because I was close enough that the pickpocket prompt came up, right? You
and
know?
it still wasn't close enough.
And it still wasn't close enough to actually land a punching attack, right? So, of course, then he turned around, though. Then I had to, you know, like change tactics and you know, think of something else. But anyway, I guess it was a learning experience. There's lots of aluminum in here. So this is why you go for 3 ranks of sneak as soon as you possibly can, even if you have to sacrifice the ability to pick locks or whatever, right? Because there are all sorts of places like this where there are mines and you don't see them until it's much too late, right?
Yep.
And quite often those mines will also be in, you know, combinations of multiples. So you start to beep because you set off or activated a mine.
And then you try to sprint ahead.
So you try to sprint ahead, and you're standing on top of another one that you just, you know, triggered.
And then the one that blows up back there also blows up the one you're standing on, and then you die.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks. Okay, well, here we go. There's the scoundrel scattergun, which we have found before. Except now I'm overloaded and I can't carry anymore, and I'm going to have to drop some stuff. What do I want to drop? I don't want to drop anything. Okay, well, I could drop these mole rat hides. And what else can I drop? Guess I could drop those teddy bears. Ooh, I'm already at the end of all the junk I was carrying, damn it. And I still need to lose one more thing. Well, let's see here. Yeah, okay, we'll drop that. It's fairly heavy. That will allow us to walk again. But I'm not going to be able to pick anything else up.
Ah, well, you'll just have to restrain yourself.
I guess so. Well, I'll pick up that stuff, right? I'm not going to pick those up, though. Or anything else in here. I'm just going to go. I'm going to leave that stuff behind. I have to. I don't have enough room to carry anymore.
If only you had a draft of the Brahmin.
Yeah, really, eh? Maybe I should see if I can build a magical workbench so that I can make some potions. I don't know. I think you need a fair amount of gold in order to do that, though, so I might not have enough gold items stored anywhere in order to be able to do that. Oh well, better pause while we go outside.
And we're back again.
Yes. And we need to proceed with caution here because there appears to be raiders out here. However, surprise is on my side.
stealth kills the dog.
Yeah, well, you know, better reload while I got the chance here. So anyway, as you can see, I mean, this thing is never going to be a long-range sniper weapon, but for, you know, like relatively short ranges like this, having a little bit of fine aim through a scope like this can be useful, right? Even with an automatic weapon. Yeah, okay.
You know we'll find you. Why not get it over with?
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it right now.
Show your face! Come on!
There's a guy up there. Can I pick up that Brahmin skull? No. Oh, there's that ice cold Nuka cherry. That's why I couldn't find it before. Because it's ice cold. Hey, I could do some buff tats. Yeah. There. I have to drink some water now, but that's okay. Yeah, now we've got plenty of carrying capacity to pick up all the stuff.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You just couldn't hold yourself off.
I just couldn't. Yep. Well, you know, any excuse to consume booze and drugs too, right? Like, why not? There you are. Yeah. Okay, that should be everybody, I think. So there you go, folks. Just because you're using an automatic weapon, that doesn't mean that a, you know, like short-range scope or something like that, if you use see-through scopes, isn't also useful, right? Because that's what this is. This is a 4x magnification combat scope from the mod see-through scopes, right? I wouldn't put like a regular, even short-range scope on this, because then basically if you're going to do any kind of aiming like this, you'd go into the like the full scope vision like this all the time, right? Even with, you know, enemies at point blank range. So it's not really, you know, the vanilla scopes are not so useful. I guess that's why you would, you know, spend the perks on the to give you more accurate hip firing, I guess.
There might still even be a point to that even with these scopes too.
Yeah. True. Because actually that's one of the reasons I like automatic weapons, because I do hip fire quite a bit. And, you know, like I kind of like the old spray and pray method, right? Especially if you're shooting 38 caliber ammunition, which, you know, no matter how much you spray and pray, you will never run out of. Okay. How are we doing for time here anyway, RecV5X?
We are at 1 hour and 15.
Okay, well, it looks like we're out of time. We're going to have to just call it a day right here for Chef Perry. And, you know, like I'll maybe do some off-camera administrative work and that kind of thing. And then we'll come back with, actually it'll be a couple of weeks before we come back with Chef Perry, because next week will be Ella Stone's turn again.
Indeed.
But anyway, until then,
I'm RecB5.
And I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.